And tease, tickle tease.
Okay, let's try this again. We're out here with Marc, Los Alamitos. I'm going to do a on-the-water interview. So, Marc, what started you in float tube fishing?
Watching the guys, we used to fish off the rocks all the time and shore pound and stuff, and used to see a bunch of guys out on tubes, and I might have been some of a forum members and stuff, and hey, that looks like fun, because we used to float tube just old school. Like we were talking about the old, just the ring and the thing, and fish the river. My dad would take us up river and drop us off, and and we had a place down the Colorado River, so we would go. He'd take us up, and we'd float down and fish the tules and stuff off these old rubber tubes and stuff. Anyway, so we're watching these guys fish off the rocks and out on the tube, and they're catching all these bass, and we're like, hey, that looks like fun. Let's go give it a shot. So I bought a Cumberland, and Jerry got an old little buckskin, or what's the one, the brown one? Anyway,
buck bags.
No, it's from Classic Industry. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so we got those. We started coming out here and just got hooked. And then I found, looking YouTube, I found Henri Bob. I found you guys' stuff. I'm like, oh, this is going to be bitching. So then jumped on the forum and met you, and been doing it for a few years now. Thing from what I was doing before. I still love to surf fish and go out on the boat once in a while. I haven't been on a boat in a long time, but the float tubing itself is just like Saturday morning, get up, come out for a couple hours, catch a few fish, go home and have the rest of the day. It's really nice and convenient, and most of it's been saltwater. Been out a couple of times for freshwater, mostly when you guys have an event, or when we have a forum event.
Yeah.
About my only freshwater action.
Cool. So what got you into fishing, or when did you start?
Oh, shit, when I was a little kid. A family of my dad's fished, and families fished forever. They've got pictures of me at Willow Beach and on Lake Mojave all the way up the top by the dam, throwing rocks and fishing when I was like 3 years old. So I've been doing it all my life. And the Sierras, and we had a boat. And
there we go.
Hey, on one.
There you go.
Yeah, we had a little boat that we would go, and we'd go out to the Horseshoe Kelp and go everywhere. And
that's cool.
It doesn't feel like a bass. Still haven't seen him.
No, first on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, he's a bass.
He's a good one.
He's pissed off. Oh yeah.
Look at that. Woohoo. That's a beast.
Nice first fish. That's a nice skunk beater if you're going to have one.
Exactly. What'd you get him on?
Green sardine hookup bait.
Okay. Very good.
A little over 13. If you'll hold on, I'll let you go.
So what's your best catch?
Best catch overall or on a float tube?
Overall.
Overall, 90-pound yellowfin tuna.
Okay, that's a good catch.
So never got the 100. On the same trip, my dad got 110-pound tuna and 110-pound wahoo. So we had 200 pounds on me. But that's the biggest one overall. Biggest one on a float tube is a 28-inch or 25-inch halibut, or 26-inch halibut.
26-inch?
Yeah, and then I've got the biggest bass was a 19-incher right there.
Oh, really?
Right in that corner.
Really?
And it's funny because Jerry forgot his waders. So he dropped me off. We usually go off the other end. And he goes, well, I'll drop you off here. I'll run home, get my waders, and I'll meet you at our other spot. So I started here, and I started fishing against the current with the motor. And he's barely out of the parking lot, and I'm already on the net.
That's good.
It's sweet.
Very good. Where's your favorite place to fish?
On the float tube right here. Yeah, we go off of 69th. We go around by the dive boats and stuff. It's just always have good luck there. Especially if you have an incoming tide. So overall, my favorite place is fishing off Hermosa in the surf.
Okay.
We love to surf fish. It's just grew up at the beach, so walking down the beach with a fishing pole is bitching. I love the Sierras. I love going trout fishing too. Just a totally different animal there. But we used to go. That was my dad's go-to when he wasn't chasing a big boat. So we always used to go that way and run up 395 and hit all the spots, all the sand traps, all the creeks and stuff on the way up. We like the Mammoth area and the June Lake Loop, and I love Levining Creek. It's a little bit farther to go for just like a day trip or something, but I love that spot and getting back up in the creek.
Yeah.
I just very recently started trying to fly fish, so now we're hitting the Owens River and the fly spots, and I'm trying to figure it out. I think I got her down, but still haven't put a lot of fish on it yet. Got a couple, and it's been fun, and that's a totally different thing too, is catching a nice sized trout on fly line is.
Yeah.
I brought it out here a couple of times, and I caught a yellowfin croaker on the fly. That was a kick in the ass. Because those they fight pretty good. As we were talking about earlier, it's like I love to catch them, but they're terrible eating.
Yeah.
I kind of consider them junk fish, but on super light line, either 6-pound test in the surf or on a fly line or something like that, they can make it a lot of fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. What's your favorite method of fishing? Style, method, technique?
Like this, just jigging. I like the float. I like the hookup baits. Or dragging. Not going to drop a drop shot here, but just lure and cast and retrieve and cast and drift.
Yeah,
if we're in the Sierras and chasing trout, I'll put one bait rod out, just the bait and weight, and then I'll throw spinners or something like that. I can't sit still.
Yeah, can't sit still is right. I know that.
I'm not completely on the bait and weight. Yeah, no. There's a time for that. Like the first one when you get there and we set up camp or set up a little beach thing, and you make a bowl of oatmeal and you're having your coffee. You don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, exactly.
When we're trying to actually catch fish, I like to make some action.
Yeah, you got to move. I like that. That was me. As I realized that early on as a kid. I could not sit on the shore with my dad and soak a marshmallow. That was a thing back then when we were fishing for trout.
Marshmallow with a salmon egg.
Yeah.
We had the bitchin' little. My dad actually made like a paperclip hook, and he would take the leader and have the snap swivel, and take the leader and put the salmon eggs on, and then run the hook through the marshmallow and hook it to the loop in the leader and bring it back and hit it on the snap. And so then you didn't have
yeah.
So then it would slide down and you wouldn't mash up your marshmallow. It would come down like nice and pretty.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, but I
awesome.
realized way back then, man, this is not for me. I can't do it. I was always the one on the other side, climbing over the rocks under the tree, trying to make the impossible cast.
My dad was pretty awesome with that kind of crap, you know. Hey, we're going here. Are you going? Yeah, we're going. He didn't have to ask. He's like, okay, just take the day off of work or day off of school, and we're going.
Yeah.
He was a fireman, so he had his 4-day off. So they would run, he'd work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then have 4 days. So like we'd leave Sunday, and he didn't have to go back to work till Wednesday. So
that's the life, man.
Yeah.
I miss that stuff for sure. I had that for a while. Well, cool. Thank you very much, Mark.
Yeah, thanks.
I hope you have many more catches here on this day and many more to come.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
And we're going on to